And welcome into the Week 8 edition NFL style of Top Dogs. He's Jeremy Kahn. I'm Mark Zinno. Appreciate you guys joining us here each and every week. Make sure you check out our Top Dogs College edition as well. If you missed it, came out on Thursday. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button so you're alerted each week when this show comes out. Smash the thumbs up as well because Jeremy deserves a thumbs up. He's a likable guy. Thumbs up to you, buddy. We continue to give you guys 5 games, actionable information to show best bet. And remind you guys that we both have plays up at our premium page here for the weekend. Get a 3-day package, get a 7-day package. Package us together because Jeremy and I together are beautiful inside and out. Mm-hmm. Mostly inside for Jeremy, mostly outside for me.
The ménage à trois.
Socialism, democracy, and the ménage à trois. If you got that movie, comment below.
Won the best Academy Award for best movie of all time.
Best movie ever made.
Highlander.
Yeah. Hey, Ricky Bobby, I watched the Highlander. It was shit.
Still, the best line in that whole movie is when he's out and he's like in the hospital and he's just whispering to him. He's like, I pulled my butt cheeks apart under the name Mike Honcho.
You made your fantasy team name that one year.
Mike Honcho's butt cheeks. Yeah.
Butt cheeks. Yes, you did. How much of an ass you are. Why are we doing this? All right, let's get into it here.
Football.
Yeah, there you go. But again, 3-day package, 7-day package, put us together. You can join cappers together and best value for you guys throughout the NFL weekend. You get, all the Sunday plays and Monday as well. All right, let's get started here between the Eagles and the G-Men.
Hold on, before you get it, how do you feel about your Giants? Do you like Jackson Dart? Are they still your Giants? They're always going to be, right?
They'll always be my Giants. I have a large disdain for this organization. The people that I talk to tell me that there are not smart people in charge anymore.
Yeah.
They're really not. Like I think John Mara has lost it. I think Joe Shane and Brian Daboll are inept. I think
Kate Mara hasn't been in a good movie in at least 3 years.
She's really hot though. But there is a sense of like the inmates are running the asylum, that they're way too sensitive. They follow too much crap on social media and what's being said. Now that said, Jackson Dart, he could be good. He could be good. Listen, him beating the Eagles was a big step for me to at least have some confidence. I'm not ready to co-sign that this was 100% the right move. I categorically disagreed with the manner in which they drafted him because I believe if you're going to take a quarterback in the first round, there's no such thing as jumping back in or drafting him towards the end. If he's your guy, you draft him as soon as you can at the first available opportunity, and that's that, right? Unless you have picks back-to-back, like 3, 4, 6, 7, whatever it is, fine.
Well, to your point, you're playing a game and risking what you think could be your franchise quarterback if you're doing it.
If you think he's a franchise guy, there is nobody else you take above him, period. Doesn't matter who it is. So, but I did like the Abdul Carter pick by the Giants. So we'll see. I mean, I have them over 4.5 wins on the season. I missed the 3.5, but there was a 4.5. I know a lot of people have a 5.5. Losing that game last week probably hurt. Did I tell you, by the way, what happened last week on how bad I got screwed? So here's a quick little anecdote story. Again, I have the Giants over 4.5 wins on the season. So wanted them to win the game. Also took the Chiefs in Circa Survivor last week. There was about 500 or 600 people on the Broncos. So needed the Giants to win to knock those people out.
It would have been doubly good.
Hold on a second. I had Denver in a tease last week as well and needed them to win by 1. So I was kind of like, oh, by the way, needed them to win. But, oh, by the way, I had the tease at -1.5. So Denver winning by 1. I didn't cover the tease. They didn't get knocked out of Survivor. And the Giants didn't win the game.
But other than that, everything else was.
Other than that, Mrs. Lincoln, how was the play? All right, so let's get to this game here. Listen, I may hammer the Philadelphia Eagles this weekend. I may absolutely just put a mortgage payment on the Philadelphia Eagles. Okay, let me ask you a dumb question that has nothing to do with sports betting. Do we really believe the Giants are going to beat the Eagles twice in a season after the Giants haven't beaten the Eagles? Giants haven't beaten the Eagles twice in a season, I think, since pre-2000. Like, they have lost, I want to say, I'm going to get it right here. but it was something like 18 of 21 games in a row in the series. Like the Eagles have dominated this series. The Giants have only won, and this includes the win this year. They are, let's go back to 2016. What is that, 10 years? They're 5-15 in the last 20 matchups against the Eagles. 5-15. So, and that does not include them beating them twice in the same season, ever.
Yeah, so, I kind of feel like I've been talking about the Eagles all year long where I felt like something was missing. I still feel like there's still something missing there, but they showed great signs last week. And now that, like, people talk about Jalen Hurts. When he's been pushed to throw the football, he's looked good in those moments. It's only been 2 moments this year, really. One against the Rams and then this spot against the Vikings. And I don't know how you felt about the Hockenson catch, whether that was a touchdown or not. A lot of arguing there. I had the Vikings, so I thought it was a touchdown because I'm biased on that.
I had the Vikings in a tease.
Oh, God. I mean, just brutal. But when I look at this Eagles team, when they faced the Giants the first time, remember, no Jalen Carter, banged up on the D-line, lots of injuries everywhere. They're still a little banged up on the defensive side, but Carter will play. I think this has everything. Mark, this is a 24-13, 27-13 type game. It's written all over it.
I'd lay it with the Eagles. Even at 7.5. I mean, I think the Eagles are a fantastic teaser piece. 100%.
Yeah, Wang.
No, Stanford Wong can kiss my ass. I'll do whatever I want with my money. You can tease whatever the hell you want. I don't recommend teasing anything, but if you want to tease the Giants up to 13.5, go ahead and do it. I wouldn't do that, but knock yourself out. It's your money. Do what you want with it. So, yeah, unequivocally agree on the Giants here. I moved too fast. But I think it's just a bad spot for New York. And the other part, we just don't – I don't know that the Giants' passing offense is going to be legit yet. Like, they have literally nobody catching the football. Like, I couldn't name a Giants receiver last week until I actually heard them. And so, and while there aren't look-ahead spots in the NFL or anything like that, I mean, I don't know. The Giants don't have a bye till week 14. Their schedule doesn't really soften until, after the bye week. So they may end up being 2-11, heading into the last 4 weeks of the regular season. So it's 2-11, 13, 4-17. Yeah, I was right. Okay. Anyway,
I'll tell you one thing though. I do think Cam Scatabo goes under his rushing yards after what happened last time. I think.
Scatabo? Is that how they say it in Baltimore? It's
Scatabo.
Scatabo. Who's that Scatabo fan?
He went. I think he's Arizona State. Is that where he's from? Arizona State.
Yeah, that's where he went. Yeah.
Terrible Baltimore accent.
All right. Next game up, Bears and Ravens. Ravens coming off a bye. Bears coming off a win last week.
4 in a row.
Yeah, 4 in a row. I don't think the Bears are that good. I genuinely don't. I think the last 4 opponents that they've beaten have been a product of, a bad defense in Dallas, an absolutely abhorrent team in the Raiders that they could only beat by a point. Washington gave them a victory that they only won by a point, and a bad team in New Orleans. So despite the fact that the Bears have won 4 in a row and the Ravens have lost 4 in a row, Ravens coming off a bye here, obviously you're going to have to wait to see if Lamar Jackson is playing. I wouldn't be surprised, Jeremy, Sunday morning for this to go to 7.5 when Lamar Jackson is officially announced in. This number tells you that by all indications, he's going to play, but this would push over a touchdown once confirmed. Or if John Harbaugh at any point in this week says Lamar will be good to go on Sunday, which he won't because he treats injury information like it is a national secret, like it's moving troops in the Middle East or the location of a nuclear silo. A little bit ridiculous, John. I know I still love you, but I think your attitude towards that is silly. That said, I think we see this push to 7+ once Lamar is announced. The real question is, Jeremy, do you believe the Ravens are as bad as their record? No. I don't think that they are.
And I'm not a homer either, guys. So
no.
People when I talk Baltimore sports, I've said this before. I'd bet against my mother in a fist fight if I thought the other lady had an edge. It's gambling's gambling. And when you look at these teams, I mean, historically, this as well as I do, Mark, there's only one coach in the NFL that's been better after a bye week than John Harbaugh, and that's Andy Reid. the Ravens are so good after the bye week. And I just use John Harbaugh in the light because he's been the coach. And if you look at his record, they've been really good. So whether you want to credit him or just a good organization, good team preparation, whatever it is, Lamar was back at practice Wednesday, albeit limited. The number really makes me believe that they expect him to play. Been hearing different things at practice. They are getting healthy. Patrick Ricard's now back. Roquan Smith is back. Kyle Hamilton got moved to the line of scrimmage. And if you don't know who Kyle Hamilton is, he's the best defensive player you don't know in the league because the guy is freaking amazing. This is, to me, like, I would not be surprised if the Ravens scored 50 points. I like the over here, and I love the Ravens.
What does it say to you that a 2-5, 1-5, what's that? 1-5 team is laying a touchdown to a team that's on a 4-game winning streak? I should tell you all you need to know here about who the better team is. Now, doesn't mean it plays out that way in the field. Here's what you have to reconcile in this game. Does the Ravens defense get better? Is it better, or is it just bad? Like, that's what we don't know. I mean,
look better against the Rams, and they didn't have all their pieces.
Right. Matabuke is still out, right? He's out for the year. So, Mama Lakabubude not returning. Q, the white man. Mama Lakabubude. That was my pen name because I wrote this when I was in the pen.
Pen. No, but go ahead.
I mean, that's the hard part here, because I think you're right. The Ravens offense is going to score, right? Like, if the Ravens team total, what, 27.5 here?
Yeah. You can look that up, but while you're looking it up, the Ravens with Lamar at quarterback have scored 40, 38, 31, and 20.
28.5. Ew. Let me see if I can get the other.
They've only scored under that number once with Lamar, and that was the awful Kansas City Chiefs game.
I know, but let me see if I could get one more thing here, because some of these let you move that over 26.5 at minus 148 over at DraftKings.
You get the number you want?
So let's juice it. Hold on.
I think Derrick Henry has a huge game too.
No. They have to see. Okay. FanDuel is 28.5. DraftKings is 27.5 at minus 115. That's what I want. That is what I want. That's the way to play this, because obviously the Ravens can still score 28.
That's what they said. At DK, have it your way. Right? That's it?
You rule. We both like the Ravens here in some size, way, shape, or form. Lean the over. That's the hard part with laying the numbers. Do you believe the Ravens defense can be better? I know their offense will be better, right? Like, we have to know that their offense is going to be better than what they've played, because they are better. They just haven't really done a good job at expressing it. By the way, the Chicago Bears defense is 5th worst in stopping the run. You think Derrick Henry might actually get the damn ball this week? Maybe.
Yeah, and I think he goes off too. And again, it's the first game with Patrick Ricard too. And for people who don't realize, that's a 300-pound man that just pancakes. Like, he's bigger than a lot of teams. He's bigger than most teams' linebacking core. And we talked about this for so long. He was bigger than every player on the Buffalo Bills defensive line, Patrick Ricard. He's an absolute weapon that you don't hear his name enough for what he does, because when you see him go out, that's where Derrick Henry's going. He's following that guy. So I just think it's a huge game for them. And the other thing about this too is, if you're looking at the different pieces that we've had on offense and wondering, can the Ravens score? Of course they'll be able to. On defense, I think they're going to be better against the run. They're still struggling with pass rush, and their secondary is still a little beat up. Marlon Humphrey didn't practice today.
Okay. So that's where we are in that game. Next game up, Dallas, Denver. Interesting matchup here between these two teams, as the Cowboys are starting to look like the best version of themselves at this point in time. And Denver continues to win close, ugly games that they probably shouldn't. I mean, if you take out the Bengals game, right, where we know how bad the Bengals are, every single other one of their wins, their 4 other wins, have all been by 1 score. Both of their losses have been by a combined 4 points. So what does that tell you here, Jeremy? That when you're not playing the worst team in the league, you should not lay points with Denver, because they don't cover big numbers. And this isn't exactly a big number here, but are you concerned that the best pass defense in the league last week got lit up by Jackson Dart and a whole bunch of nobodies at home?
I mean, I am.
Didn't see that one coming. No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I can't
Well, I
believe
definitely didn't see the end of that game coming either. Jackson Dart going, is that guy on my team?
Loved him. Didn't see that one coming.
No. Well, I guess for me with this game, this is one that I initially when I looked at it, I'm going to be all over Denver. I like Dallas's defense is just horrendous, and Denver will be able to put up points on them. But the big question here is like we'll talk about Patrick Surtain and what he can do. CeeDee Lamb's still going to get something even if he's locked on him. But Pickens is shown to be a number one, and Ferguson, Mary Ferguson, showed up in most games.
Mary Jane Rottencrotch.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I do not trust Bo Nix in this offense. I trust Sean Payton, right? Yeah. I absolutely trust Sean Payton, but I don't. Bo Nix is too much variance with me, too much volatility. I don't know what's a good game for him, what's a bad game for him. I mean, he passed 474 yards against the Jets for crying out loud. I know the game was over the pond over there in Europe. Sound like you're from London.
Hello,
governor. But again, 153 yards against the Chargers, 176 against the Titans. I mean, he threw for 326 against the Bengals, but you and I could do that. So I don't know what to tell you. I mean, you're right. The Dallas defense is bad. So the Bengals are a bad defense. He was good. Giants are a bad defense. The Giants aren't a bad defense, though. But all that was in the fourth quarter. That was one quarter of effort from Bo Nix. So I don't even put that much into it. I don't know. A game will be a stay away. Part of me feels like taking the first half under just to be a contrarian.
So give me that. What do you feel about the total then? You think this is more of an under game? Because this is the old, okay, great offense against great defense. Okay offense against bad defense. What wins out?
I don't trust. I just don't trust Bo Nix. Like I don't. And to your point, though, like what we've seen as he's gotten better through games, as the game goes on, he gets better and more efficient and starts to understand the defense a little bit better. That's why I would take the first half under, because he may be slow early. I mean, remember, the Giants-Broncos game at halftime was 13-0. Pity the people had the under in that game, 19-0 after 3 quarters. Only to watch 46 points we put up in the fourth quarter between both teams. Like you look at some of the starts for, I mean, the Jets game, again, it's a 10-6 game. There's only 16 points scored. Even the Bengals game, right? They were up 21-3. I get that's the largest margin they've had at halftime, but it was 6-0 against the Titans, wasn't it? No, I'm sorry. It was 10-9 against the Titans. I don't know. I just don't see a bunch of points being scored early in this game. So with this number sitting right below the key total of 51, there's some trepidation with odds makers here about hitting 51 as the total will go over.
Well, the one thing I would say is, depending on which side you're on, shop the number, because I know we got it at 3.5 here. There's 3s out there. I don't know by Sunday if it just goes to 3.5 because we're seeing that type of money, but I'm a little indifferent to this game. Initially, I thought I was going to be on the Broncos, and the more and more I look at it, I think I
more and more I talked you off of it. Good. Here we go. Be proud of myself. All right, up next, let's go Buffalo. Speaking of coming off a bye, that's what the Bills are doing. They are taking on the Carolina Panthers, who can't seem to lose to anybody as of late. They have won 4 of their last 5, including a 30-0 win over the Falcons, which was kind of embarrassing. But nonetheless, tough win last week over the Jets. Bryce Young, doubtful. Looks like we get Andy Dalton here. A year ago, I would have said Andy Dalton gives the Panthers a better chance to win. I won't say that now. And I think this number moved once Bryce Young went down. I think it was 6.5 at the beginning of the week. And with the doubtful nature, I think they bumped it to 7.5 now. Buffalo coming off a bye, I think their defense is going to have a very good effort, considering what happened last time out in Atlanta. They did not play well defensively. They didn't play well offensively either here. But while I don't love laying 7.5, and even I don't necessarily love teasing down the favorite on the road, I'd rather do that at home. I still think Buffalo, this could be a blowout for the Bills. It could be they snap back to life after 2 consecutive losses here and after scoring just 20 and 14, and remind everybody how good they really are. I think also when you look at a Buffalo team total, this Panthers defense is good. I don't want to underscore that. They've been better than expected, to say the least. But the Bills at 27.5, I don't think is a bad team total. I think they can get over this number.
Yeah, let me ask you a serious question about Andy Dalton, though. Like, with people that have a fire bush, does it eventually go gray, or does it turn into like a strawberry blonde? And how long does that take?
I don't have any carnal knowledge of this topic.
Okay, it's just something that inquiring minds want to know.
I've only well, I don't know nether regions of a redhead. So we're going to move on from here.
I didn't even make my pick. Give me the Panthers.
Oh, insane Irish. No, I didn't want
enough to get a dagger past your men, old man.
You're gods. I don't want to move on from the game. I wanted to move on from the conversation. So Panthers, why?
I mean, it's all the things you kind of talked about. I just think the number's a little large. Yes. I think Buffalo's defense can be suspect. Well, let me say this: if the Panthers finally realize that Rico Dowdle is a better running back now than Chuba Hubbard, and he should be getting more of the carries, and just because you paid Chuba, he should be spelling him. You just saw 2 great games out of him, and then here you go. Let's go back to Chuba and go and see what happens. I don't get that, but I don't like the fact that Bryce Young is in this game. I am not betting this game, but I feel like if I did, I would take the points with the dog. And maybe they're begging you to do that with the hook there. But the Panthers have played better.
Chuba Hubbard should be tub thumping.
Yes.
He got knocked down.
But he got back up again.
Going to get up again. But Rico Dowdle is the guy that
Mark,
obviously.
You're never going to keep him down.
I know. Sometimes you take a whiskey drink and a vodka drink. Take a lager drink or a cider drink, all that.
Yeah, I don't know how many good times there are in Panthers history, but you take a song and think about the good times.
Yeah, and the song think about bad times. Anyway, that was just totally off the rails how we got there. Regardless, it's a tough number to lay. I will say that much. It absolutely is. But, again, you're looking at a total here that sits below the key total of 47. Odds makers have some serious underliability by getting to that number, and they don't want to get there.
Yeah.
So they want to draw over money because they know it's public money and why they're leaving it there. And that makes me believe that this thing could stay under, because I think Buffalo's defense rather, is going to come out with a vengeance, and Andy Dalton is not the guy to beat them. Right. Like we've seen at times this year against mediocre offenses, the Bills defense buckled down against New Orleans. They did it against Miami. Again, they did it against the Jets, obviously, when they, the first couple of games that they looked really good. So, and in reality, too, the defense, for all that we say about it, the only game they've allowed more than 24 was the first game of the year to Baltimore.
They haven't played anybody.
No, they really haven't played a juggernaut of offenses. No. I mean, the quarterbacks have been Justin Fields, Tua, Spencer Rattler, Drake May, be really good, and Michael Penix. So, I don't put Carson Wentz that high above those guys. When they go to Kansas City, when they get Kansas City next week, it's a different conversation. But I lean Buffalo here in this.
You worried about the look ahead at all?
No, because
it's the NFL.
It's the NFL, but they've played so bad the last 2 weeks. They're not looking ahead to KC. They've got to get a win here. And that's the other thing that makes me like them. They can't go into Kansas City game losing 3 in a row. Now, which is maybe the reason to stay off of it and sit back and watch, because if that does happen and they lose this game, Jeremy, how motivated they're going to be against Kansas City, who, oh, by the way, continues to be double-digit favorites. We talked about that game last week. We were right. It was blowout city. And I don't know why I didn't have enough huevos to put it on my card, but nonetheless. Sunday night game, Packers, Steelers, Pittsburgh, home dog. Come on. You know what I'm doing here.
I hate that.
You know what I'm doing here. Are you laying it with the Packers, you chalky weasel?
Yes, you just took the Bills, you jackass. You're going to call me a chalk-eating weasel.
I said I'm probably not going to be betting the game, but I lean the Bills, okay?
Yeah, look at that lean. Okay. So this is
was smooth criminal lean.
Isn't this Aaron Rodgers' first game against the Packers?
Yes. They asked him if it was a revenge game. He said it's not. Look, here's the thing. Here's why I'm betting Pittsburgh. Forget the fact that they're a home dog, and I love home dogs. Green Bay is overvalued. Here is one thing that we did with Green Bay. Everybody got all excited about the Micah Parsons trade. Then they beat Washington on Thursday night in week 2. Oh, my God, Green Bay is the greatest team ever. They're going to the Super Bowl. They're going to win the that. And I thought Green Bay was the better team going into this year than Detroit. But guess what? Detroit has proved me wrong because they haven't taken a step back. They're actually as really good this year as they were, and maybe even better this year than they were last year because they're healthier and they have Aiden Hutchinson. And what I found out is that Green Bay is wildly overrated and overvalued, and Jordan Love stinks. And until he plays a better brand of football, this team is going to be limited on what they can do and how far they can go. They struggled with Jacoby Brissett and the Cardinals last week. That's a bad offense, Jeremy. And if they can't run the ball and save Jordan Love's keister from having to do work, guess what? They're dead in the water.
Yeah, but the Steelers got destroyed by Joe Flacco in Cincinnati, and their defense actually frustrated Aaron Rodgers. I mean, come on.
Short week on the road against a divisional opponent. I was on the Bengals last week. I knew it was happening.
We both did. We talked about it the day of when we recorded. We were going, this isn't a Cincinnati spot. I don't know what it is. No, I don't like this Steelers team this year. I don't think they're good.
I do. I have a future on them to win the AFC North. So
it's a bad ticket. Throw it away. It's
a good ticket.
Throw it away.
Right now, it's a good ticket. I'm not throwing it away.
Yeah, 1-5 Ravens.
Fine. I'm not splitting the money with you then.
I don't want it. I don't want Steeler money. And I don't even hate the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers is a douchebag saying this isn't a revenge game. He is. You know he's a douche.
Leave Aaron alone.
Yeah, that poor guy. Oh, I'm going to go to a dark retreat. Can someone put the lights on? Loser.
You know what else I love? I love? Arthur Smith. I love me some Arthur Smith.
Why do you like Arthur Smith so much?
Because he's such a good coach. He really is. He's very.
You loved him you loved him in Atlanta, didn't you?
The only person who did. Died on that hill.
I know. I remember this now.
About me saying the Falcons made an awful mistake in firing. I was the only person on that hill.
Hold on. Just correct me if I'm wrong. Did you say if he wasn't the head coach on that field for the opening night, then I'll do whatever, or I'm done with this? And then he ended up getting traded to the Steelers, or went to the Steelers. Yeah. And then he still ended up being their opening night.
Yes. Yeah. I was like, I guess I was right after all. See that? I said,
I know you would have done that.
Sidelines. Wrong sideline, but he was on the sidelines. So I was right. See, even when I'm wrong, I'm right. Anyway, I will not lay point. When I get the Packers as an underdog, I'm going to jump right on them. Until then, I'm not betting the Packers.
Let me give you the things that I think are seriously in your favor.
By the way, if there's a 3.5 out there, because shop around, because there probably are, guess what? It's all Steelers.
Okay. Well, the one thing I think is going in your favor, Steelers have 10 days to get ready for this.
Yep.
They just got embarrassed on national TV.
Yep.
And this Packers team, that guy you mentioned, Micah Parsons, helped them win that Arizona game.
Yep.
Now they're on back-to-back road games.
Yep.
So do with that what you will.
And you're gonna bet the Packers anyway.
Maybe. I think so.
Maybe. Listen, it's Steelers for me. And I don't care what Stanford Wong says. I tease the Steelers +9 because the Packers can't win by margin.
One day you're going to run to this Wong cat at the airport. It's going to be on.
I don't even know if he's alive.
Standing on business. I don't even know who he is.
I mean, like the last 4 games against Arizona, Cincinnati, Dallas, and Cleveland. There's not a good team there. Lost to Cleveland, couldn't beat Dallas, could only beat Cincinnati. And granted, they only did it by 9. And a 4-game win, a 4-point win. Come on. Like teasing Pittsburgh feels great in this spot. I mean, it feels glorious. So anyway. All right. So those are the 5 games that we broke down. Now time for the show best bet. And I want everybody to hold their nose, look away, and just hear what we say and then leave the room. Okay? Because our show best bet is going to be the New Orleans Saints getting 4.5 at home from Tampa Bay. You have the Buccaneers going on the road after a Monday night game where they got physically bludgeoned by the Detroit Lions in a game that I was in the Lions on. And now Baker Mayfield is even banged up in this game. They have no receivers. Egbuka is still questionable. Mike Evans is gone for the year. Chris Godwin is out. Still no Bucky Irving. Come on. Like, you can't lay this. You can't lay these numbers here. Nope. If you got a 4.5, grab it. I'm seeing 3.5s out there too as well, Jeremy. But you absolutely have to. You cannot bet the Buccaneers here.
I think the Saints have been throwing on teams. Like Spencer Rattler had his worst game of the season, and I don't think he's good, but he's played better than you realize if you go look at his numbers. If you're able to take out that Bears game where he was just, he was so bad in that game.
He was good for the quarter, and then it just all fell apart.
Yeah, I mean, all the turnovers, because he wasn't turning the ball over. For all you could say about him, if you're not turning the ball over, at least you're giving a bad team an opportunity. I was going to say to you, I was joking with you before when we were talking about this pick, that I always love watching Marcus Lattimore and Mike Evans go at it. It's one of the best never mind. But this is the same thing that happened last year. Like Tampa Bay goes to Seattle. Remember the upstart Saints where they were 2-0 and everybody's talking about hiring their offensive coordinator? They beat Tampa to start off the season. For whatever reason, they have always had their number when it's in New Orleans. And I'll gladly take 4 because I think it's a field goal game either way.
Yeah. I don't think that there is a spot here where I can bet Tampa. It's just not
coming off Monday night on the short week going on the road.
The numbers last year back up the fact that teams that go on the road after Sunday night and Monday night only win 44% of the time and only cover 38% of the time. So it's not a good spot for them.
And I bet
they win by a field goal.
I bet it's even worse for teams that are coming off. Like, are you saying coming off of Monday night on the road and then going on the road too, or just coming off and going?
Just coming off Sunday night and then going on the road. Sunday night or Monday night and then going on the road.
Because Tampa is now coming off a road game and then going on the road. With a lot of travel.
And oh, by the way, guys, the Buccaneers, 3-point win over the Falcons, 1-point win over Houston, 2-point win over the Jets, 3-point win over Seattle, until they played San Francisco, where they won by 11. And again, they won by 11 only because it was outside of one score because they kicked a field goal late in the fourth quarter, right? So it was a one-score game there as well. You're laying more than a field goal with a team that has only covered one game by more than a field goal? Has only won one game? No, you can't do it. There's nothing about this spot here that makes you want to play anything other than the Saints. So that is our show best bet. All right. Make sure you guys go to our premium pages for me and Jeremy. Get a 3-day package, get a 7-day package. Put us together. Combine the handicappers together over at Pick Dawgz, and we'll give you guys a full weekend, a full NFL weekend of NFL picks through Monday night. That's the best way to do it. 3-day package, 7-day package. But again, Jeremy and I together, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button. Check out Top Dawgz College Edition, which comes out on Thursdays. You get this every Friday here at Top Dawgz NFL, and we'll be back again next Friday. Wish you guys good luck on the NFL Sunday and Monday. Jeremy, any final words for the people?
No, man, good luck. I hope you guys win some cash.
It's not the best color man in the league for nothing, folks. All right.
Can't hold anything back now. You got to give it all you got.
Well, good luck. We'll go cashing tickets.